Hey you guys, welcome back to Young Money Investments. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the top 3 stocks that I see buying here towards the middle half of January and into February. What are going to be the very best swing trades that you can possibly make to get the most return for your money while not risking it all on the downside. You got those crazy penny stocks. Now, we're going to be talking about some really great companies today that offer some great fundamental returns. And this is Young Money Investments. Let's talk about it all today on the channel. Alright you guys, it is another month and another time. I know I'm a little bit late getting out my January pick. This is going to obviously kind of spill into February. These are some plays that I think offer some great right now value, but they also offer some value to those of you that want to swing a little bit longer. And I think there will be some really great opportunities that you can even buy and sell, sell the rip and then buy the dip several times over on these companies, because I really do like the models and I like the reversal pattern that we're going to see on all 3 of these. So you're going to want to stick around to watch and kind of get my take and insight on every single one of these stocks. But now the first stock I want to talk to you about is Nvidia. That is the ticker symbol, also known as Nvidia. They are a semiconductor company. They make chips. They make graphics cards, specifically GPUs. They are one of the really biggest. They've made chips for Teslas up until recently. They are probably one of the main graphics card manufacturers in the world, and they are really starting to finally get some good solid forward momentum after having a really rough beginning and end of 2018, beginning of 2019. And since then, they have really taken off. Let's take a look at the charts and I kind of explain it a little bit more. So as you can see here, like I said, we have the chart. This is going to be 1 year. This is going to be 2019, 2018, and 2017. As you can see, it has done extremely well. We're talking about from prices down here at $40 a few years ago, all the way running up to highs of $292 before just getting smashed. And this right here, this was obviously the pullback that we had back in the fall of 2018. Remember, we had the worst Christmas on record in 2018. Obviously, it was pretty bad, and then it started to recover. Now, the market since then have just ripped. This is a company, now, as you can see, like I said, on a long-term general basis or overview, it's taken a little bit of time to obviously get up from these lows down here of about $135. Granted, from those lows of $135, we are up 77%. Now, you're also probably going, Cameron, if we're up 77%, why didn't you tell me this, back, all the way in, I don't know, June of last year of 2019? Well, I've talked about this one. I've kept it in my long-term investment portfolio for quite some time. This is a company that I've been in for quite some time, but there's been so many plays. Everything is still pushing up quite a bit. Now, why would I buy this area after we've pushed up so much? Well, switching over here to the 3-year chart, I can explain myself a little bit better. And the reason why I would still be buying this breakout right here of 239 is because of the fact that we have not gotten back to our previous highs all the way back in about October of 2018. So this is a company, again, very great fundamentals. They were a breakout company. I mean, all the way back like 17. I mean, this company has just been crushing it year after year after year. And so my thing with it is it has taken, again, about a year to get back to this point, and we still have a margin to run up here to some previous consolidation right here at about 260, I'd say mid 260s. And then you have this price point up here at about 280. And then you have, that's about an 18% run. And then you have the break of highs, which offers about a 22%. And that's where I think we will continue to see some run up. So why would I say get in down here around this 240 range when, we've obviously had a lot of run up? The big reason is because the fundamentals of this company are very sound. This is not a company that's going to be going anywhere. This is not a company that, it should report horrible earnings coming up here for Q4 in Q1 of 2020. So this is going to be a company that's going to continue to have solid fundamentals. The only thing that you will see kind of a potential problem with in this company is if we just see a general pullback in the economy. If the market tends to pull back, that's where you're going to have an issue. Overall, the fundamentals of this company are very good. The technicals, like I said, we're right here where, once you get a break above this level of resistance, which we've been seeing for the past couple weeks, once you can get a break above, you're going to see this leg up to that next level. So, you get in right here at about 242-ish. and I'm still giving myself a little bit of room here. That's an 11% move where you're going to find your next level of resistance. And so there is a definite nice little chunk of change that can be made, but also at the same time, you're not risking a whole lot. This isn't a scary gamble kind of stock. I think there's a lot of value to be had in this particular play. Before we continue on to the next ticker, I want to ask you, what are some stocks that you're trading right now? What are you trying to swing trade? What are some things that you're trying to get into? Help the community out, help me, help you. Please comment down below. What are some stocks that you're trading? What are some tickers that you would love me to do an analysis on? I'd love to do that. And if you're a part of my private mentorship in Young Money Investments, the link is down below. I will analyze as many stocks as you want. So when you're part of that, I also do a ton of analysis for the groups and go live, do all that kind of stuff. But let's jump into stock number 2. This is going to be another one that I believe offers a lot of return. Next up, the ticker we're going to be talking about offers a lot of potential upside return, and that is a ticker that I was pretty bearish on back in the day when it was going parabolic, and that is none other than Beyond Meats, or ticker symbol BYND. Now you probably go, Cameron, I remember your hate video that you posted in the summer on BYND, and yes, I was very bullish, and rightfully so. As you can see, this sucker pushed up from an IPO price of $45 and it just went parabolic. I mean, this thing went crazy, ape crazy, all the way up here to $245 before well, let's just say it pretty much slammed the floor. I mean, we're talking about a slide there of about 70% in the overall value of this stock. So it has come down quite a bit. Granted, when I called it out, I was early. I was definitely early on that. And unfortunately, I had to get out of my short position, and that stock really made me mad. But I think this is a great opportunity now on the opposite side to take this thing long and actually play it more of a swing trade opportunity and not really like that momentum, like crazy hype play that we saw earlier on in the year. So based upon fundamentals here, the company has a great overall product. That's one of the great things about it. We'll talk about fundamentals a little bit here later, but one of the big reasons that I'm interested is this level of support right here at that $70 price point, $72 price point. As you can see previously, we've seen some kind of support right here before. We saw some topping out. We saw it as a level of resistance. So that 75, I guess it's about $75 actually, has acted as support / resistance for quite some time. Now, if we zoom in here a little bit more on the chart, we're starting to see some volume come in. Now, as you can see, these volume candles, if I move my stupid face out of the way there, you can see that some more volume is coming in. As you can see these little volume candles right here. What does little volume mean? Little volume means little movement. That means little opportunity to make money or lose money. But we're in the game. You got to play it. You got to play it either way. You got to put the risk in there. So you want to see this volume. You want to see this movement. Right now we're seeing this, and this is great for the overall swing trade. We've seen it now pop above the EMA line. It's holding the EMA. If we really did zoom in here a little bit more, we can see that this is now holding above the EMA. We can see that it's also now trending above the SMA, which is kind of your overall more like long-term support for any particular stock. And then you can see that it's also breaking above obviously your level of support down here at about $72. And as I said previously, there is a nice level of support at $75 as well. 75 is a general psychological number. It's a whole, it's like 3/4 of $100. It's just a number that people remember. So what does that mean? What does that mean, and where can we go from here with the stock? What I believe we can see here is we can see a bounce off of this EMA right down in here. If you can pick it up anywhere right around $80, I still think that there is room to see this stock right there around $105 within a month's time. I don't think that that's impossible. Now, with some of the geopolitical turmoil that we're seeing, it's going to be crucial to hedge your bets, to be very cautious. Take your profits when you got them. When there is a large push up, take your profits. I'm not saying just sit back, hold this position, and if it keeps dropping, just sit on your hands. No, you need to be diligent. You need to trade smart. You need to trade wise. But at that same time, this is again a nice little dip buy opportunity that has a lot of upside potential. And it's also, again, one of my favorite things, has good, strong fundamentals. And maybe that's just something that, makes me feel good inside, makes my heart feel good. But this is a company that is doing good things for the world. And, I do think that this is a company that will continue to have long-term value. So that's another nice positive. Now let's talk about stock number 3, and this is one that has been beat down like a skinny prison inmate. If you're skinny, just obey the law. You don't want to go to jail. Don't be that skinny prison inmate that gets beat down. So here's one that I've talked about several times in my Stock Talk videos, and that is none other than ticker symbol IRBT or iRobot. Now, like I said, taking a look here on the 3-year chart, we can see why this interests me. Why, when it is this low, would it interest me? Well, we're starting to finally see some bounces here, right? We've seen some massive volume candles where we've seen some selling. That was obviously during earnings, and we're finally starting to see some upward movement. Now, what would scare me on this chart, especially looking at this chart particularly, is seeing that we failed to break above the EMA, and that is going to be something that you're going to have to watch if you're looking at the technicals on this particular play. I would not try to get into this trade until we can see it break now above that $53 price point, as we need to see it break above that EMA. Granted, that is on this 3-year chart, and we need to switch over to a closer time frame. I normally do my charts on the 180-day chart, so let's switch over to that. So now you can see as we switch over here to the 180-day chart, we are definitely starting to see a little bit more of a bounce. Now again, $53, this is again another level of resistance. So could you theoretically on this time frame potentially trade this? Absolutely. I mean, I think this right here, if you want to trade up to this particular level, I don't think this is a bad trade. Now, if it continues to break out, all the power to you. How nice would that be if you could end up getting in here? You are trading above this 4-hour EMA line right here. So on the 180-day 4-hour chart, that still offers you a nice potential of return of about 9 to 10%. So there is definitely some profit to be made. We're definitely sitting down here on this level of support at about 47, what is that, 47.50. There is some good profit to be had on this particular bounce play, and that is more of a short-term play. You know, like I said, this video isn't all about just the short or the long-term swing trades. We're also definitely talking about just a few day swings to make the green. So basically, if you're able to do this, I think you can take it on a few day trade, get it up to here. If we can see a break above this $53, basically $53.50 mark, I think we can continue to see some more upside. I think there is definitely some upside as we continue to look to the future. Definitely some other levels of support and resistance. Definitely one right there at about that $65 price point. So notice that you're going to see some resistance as well as it continues to break up. But there is some great fundamental, or pardon me, technical support to a reason why they should really start to see the bounce. It's had its consolidation period. And as we always say, there are the stages of any reversal. You have the drop, you have the consolidation, you have the break above. Usually you have the pullback, and then you have the pullback slash confirmation, and then you have the ride up. Right now we're kind of in that pullback stage. So this is kind of that pullback kind of confirmation. It's showing that it's validating that it really is going to continue to trend up and it's not just going to drop down. And then from there, we see it go up, up, and away like Elon space rockets. And there you have it, you guys. That is going to be my top 3 swing trades for the month of January 2020. You guys, it's crazy. Year 2020. Please leave a comment below. What are some stocks that you're trading right now? Which ones are you getting into? Which ones are you trying to get out of? What is your ideal, tickers? Where do you see the markets going right now in this spring? Well, as we transition into the spring from the winter months, as we finish up these last few winter months, what are you looking to trade? I'd love to know. Please comment down below. I'd love to have a little conversation with you, and I will catch you in the next video. Cannot wait to talk to you in the next one. Bye, guys.